大家好，欢迎加入今晚的 OMNI 都会聚焦，我是林嘉璇。今天的大头条要带大家来关心的是省选，因为今天是竞选活动的最后一天，各政党领袖把握最后机会来攻击对手，同时也重申自己的政见，争取选民支持，并鼓励省民明天记得出来投票。
虽然今天下雨，但 BC 新民主党党领尹大卫仍然走访多个城市的选区，包括高桂林、北温和素里等。他在高桂林的记者会上继续批评 BC 保守党党领罗士德，同时鼓励选民出来投票。
I've talked to so many people, and they all tell me the same thing. They say they don't want to wake up on Sunday morning and see Premier John Rustad disassembling the public services we depend on.Disassembling and cutting our healthcare system, turning back progress on housing, handing people over to speculators. And it's so important to vote this election. It is a tight election. Every vote is going to count.
那之后，尹大卫也都去到素里穆斯林协会，与该会的成员见面，同时批评有保守党的候选人发表一些歧视穆斯林的言论。
You know, the fact that we have candidates in this election that are promoting hate against the Muslim community, against indigenous people, against women, against people who are gay. And I know that this community knows that hate doesn't just stay with one group. It spreads and it grows if you don't address it.
BC 保守党党领罗士德今天到北温及西温的选区拉票，同时批评尹大卫抹黑保守党。
We have seen record turnout coming out, record turnout in the advanced polls, and I think that speaks volume for people wanting change. They just want common sense. They've had enough of what's going on, enough of the drugs in our street, enough of the crime, enough of what's going on in our schools, and quite frankly, just enough of what's going on in our healthcare too. We have a government today that is actually running against their own record. It's strange to see.That David Eby is out there campaigning against who he is. He's out there, unfortunately, he's out there spreading nothing but lies and information, misinformation about who we are. But that's okay. We've been powering through this.
保守党今天也都发新闻稿，表示会就新民主党动用公帑，透过暗网向有组织犯罪集团购买非法毒品的事举行公开研讯。而罗士德昨晚在素里和选民见面的时候，也都重提该党的一些政纲。
Healthcare is at the center of what we need to be doing in British Columbia. Surrey Memorial, you're often an 8, 10, or 12-hour wait. So many people have to leave this city to go elsewhere. I just think, quite frankly, that's unacceptable. That's why we are committed to seeing a children's hospital built right here in Surrey for the people in this community.
至于 BC 绿党党领 Sonia Furstenau 今天就留在维多利亚做最后的拉票。同时公布有关应对气候转变的政纲。
Number 1, mental health care for survivors of climate disaster and long-term support for those displaced. Number 2, carbon tax revenues reinvested into communities for climate action, including the dike improvements, ecosystem restoration, and wildfire prevention. Number 3, support for low-income households to install heat pumps and solar panels.Number 4, partnership with indigenous communities for land and water stewardship.
政纲还包括每年拨款5万元，将历史文物数码化，免受气候转变的破坏，以及推出免费乘搭公车的措施等。还有鼓励省民踊跃投票，不要受到恶劣天气的影响。